Moving on to the next type of question under task 1 in academic writing is where you are presented a tabular column and expected to summarize. Let me read the question. The table shows the percentage of cars of different age from the date of their purchase in 4 different countries. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. So here this tabular column has got information about the age of the cars used in the 4 different countries and cars that are newer, okay, maximum up to 3 years old and then 4 to 5 years old, 6 to 8 years old, 9 to 12 years old and 13 years and above. And here we have 4 countries and the percentage of cars that have been used in those countries are presented here. Okay, so let me just first briefly give an introduction about the table and then go about with in detailed explanation of the countries and the cars percentage that has been used. So this table provides information of the percentage of cars divided in 5 age groups right from the year of purchase up to 13 years. Leading the chart, we have the country Japan, where we find 79% of people using cars that are younger than 3 years old. Followed by cars of 3 years old, we have around just 16% cars that are just 4 to 5 years old, and the remaining 6 to 8 years and 9 to 12 years and 13 years and above category have got cars that are less than 3%. Followed by Japan, we have the USA with 39% of people using new cars or preferring new cars, followed by Britain with 35% and New Zealand with 26% of new cars that are maximum of 3 years old. Coming to the next category, cars of 4 to 5 years old, topping the chart, we have New Zealand with 32%. And closely followed by, not New Zealand, I think it's topped by Britain with 36% and closely followed by New Zealand with 32% of cars of the age 4 to 5 years and then followed by USA with 24% of cars. And as we had already discussed, Japan with 16%. Moving over to the cars of the age 6 to 8 years category, topping the list again, we have New Zealand with 34% and followed by Britain with 24% people preferring 6 to 8 year old car or owning 6 to 8 year old cars, followed by USA with 21% and then with Japan just 3%. Cars of the age group 9 to 12 years with New Zealand, it's 9%. Whereas with the USA, it's 11%, and the remaining 2 countries, Britain and Japan, just less than 2%. And cars of 13 years and more than that, we have the USA topping with 5%, and Britain with 3%, New Zealand with 2%, and Japan with just 1%. So this gives us a conclusion that the country Japan always prefers owning younger cars than prefer to having cars of age 6 plus, 6 to 12, 6 to 13, if we get to see, we just have less than 3%. So people in Japan tops the list of having the highest number of cars owned that are of a younger age.